Hello everybody. Today kind of got an unexpected video for you. I was out in my shop and I was gonna cut some miters on some boards with my table saw. Went down to adjust it to 45 degrees and the lock knob on my blade tilt handle is missing. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I've had this table saw. It's a jet table saw and I've had it 17, 18 years. And I don't very often use the tilt mechanism, but anyway, the lock knob's gone. Well, I don't have time to order one from Jet, even if they're available, since this table saw is 17, 18 years old. So we're just going to make one real quick today. Stay tuned, I'll show you the problem. Okay, here's the problem. This is the blade tilt wheel, and you notice the lock knob that screws into the center, it's come up missing. Don't know how. And it's just like the one on the blade height wheel. So instead of ordering one, I think we're just going to make one. So I'm going to draw two circles. One would be about 1 7/8 or 2 inches in diameter. That'll be for the main knob. And then I'll come back and I'll draw one a little bigger than that that'll help us to define these knurls. I have my little compass set at about 7/8 of an inch radius. So that'll give me just short of a 2-inch diameter circle, which is about what I want. Okay, so that will be our basic knob. And then I'm going to go outside that a little bit for when we drill for our knurls. Actually, I don't want them to be just real sharp, so I'm going to give it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger diameter than that. I'm only going to put 4 on it. Okay, so the way we're going to define those, we're going to come off this square side right through the middle, and we'll just mark here, we'll mark here, and I'll just go 90 degrees to that. I'll just go 90 degrees to that for up here, and down here. It doesn't have to be exact, so I'm only going to put 4 little knurls in it. This is the little piece that we're going to glue onto it for this little extension, and we're going to epoxy the nut there. By the way, I took this knob up to the hardware store to verify the thread. The threads on this is a jet saw. It's about 17 years old, and it's M8 by 1.25. So of course I had to buy a special nut, but we're going to outline this nut and then chisel that out so that we can epoxy this nut in there. Actually, I took it to the drill press and I drilled a 1/2 inch hole with a Forstner bit, and now I'm going to square the rest of it up with a chisel. Try to get myself some impression here. See if we can chisel this out with a good sharp chisel. We just want it to where we can get it in here and it won't spin. It's basically the objective. There. Here we go. We can epoxy that in there, and then we'll glue this to the other part after we get it cut. And that recess we just chiseled out, I'm going to drill it with a 21/64 hole. Then we can epoxy the nut in there in good shape. Okay, I did drill a partial hole that only goes about that deep, same size that we drilled here. And now I've got a 1-inch Forstner bit in, and on the outer circle that we established, I'm just going to drill through 4 times. All that did is establish the knurls, and I set it where it wouldn't go all the way through so it wouldn't splinter. Now I'll just come back from this side and finish the holes. You can see how once we cut this out on the bandsaw, that just barely established a little knurl. Now we'll cut this out on the bandsaw, and then while we're over there, we'll cut that on the bandsaw as well. Okay, you can see we've got our basis for our knob. And now a little oscillating spindle sander work. Now I'll just finish the sanding with a hand saw. There we go, we just soften the edges a little bit, and we're ready to put this thing together. Okay, I'm ready to glue this together. What I'm going to do is put my centering punch on this, put it there. I'm going to put 1 drop of CA on here to hold it. And then I'm going to glue the rest of it with Titebond 3. The CA will hold it in place. While this way I know these things are centered up. put that in a clamp. And we will just let that dry. All we have to do now is just epoxy in the nut, let it dry, then we'll be able to use our knob and our tilt mechanism again. Yeah, I know that's off center and it's not very pretty, but you know, it's just a shop knob. It's not a big deal. Want to be careful not to get it on the inside. Once that dries, we'll be good to go. Well, let's just see here. There we are. We're back in business. Cost us a whole 39 cents. Well, like I said, that was an unexpected video. Found the problem, decided to make one, figured I'd bring you guys along with it. Hope it was helpful, hope it was enjoyable. You know, sometimes we just can't wait for these equipment manufacturers or these supply houses or Amazon. You need to get things fixed and go back to work. And it's nice to have a shop where you can do things like that. One little trip to the hardware store for that special nut. 8 by 1.25 I think was the thread pattern on it. And that's all I had to buy to make that knob. 39 cents I believe it was. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for coming up videos. Always hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you hadn't. Leave me some comments. And I appreciate everybody that watches and comments. And until next time, everybody, please be safe. Thanks.